Carter was known online as Prank King Jax, a viral content creator whose fame grew from elaborate pranks that walked the fine line between hilarious and horrifying. From fake zombie outbreaks to drive-through ghost appearance, his subscribers devoured every scare like candy. But this year, April Fool's Day needed to top everything. He wanted views, he wanted screams, he wanted the kind of content that would make people drop their phones. So he rented the Marlowe house. It was an old Victorian-style mansion on the edge of town, hidden behind a crumbling stone gate and trees that looked like they've been dead for decades. Reputation neighbors whispered about, shadows in the window, flickering lights at 3:33 a.m., and the boy who went in on a dare in 1992 and never came back. But for Jax, it was just a creepy backdrop for the ultimate prank. He hired a local actor named Vinny Val to play a deranged ghost who would stalk his friends, Liam, Cass, Tori, and many more through the house. The plan was to lure them under the pretense of filming a horror escape room challenge, rig some fake screams, jump scares, and then reveal it was all a gag. Vinny would be hiding in the attic, ready to play the final card, a bone white mask and blood-stained straitjacket. Simple, perfect, viral gold. But Vinny never showed. Jax waited in the foyer of the house, flickering through texts and voicemails. No signal, no Vinny, no backup. Still, he wasn't going to waste the location or the setup. He just improvised. It might even be funnier without a script. "Let's go," he said, as he pressed record and gestured his friends into the house. The heavy front door groaned shut behind them, but the air was colder inside. Not just cool, but damp and wet, like mildew and rot were breathing on their necks. The lights flickered in the hallway, though no one had turned them on. Cass reached for a switch. No power. "Remember, it's all supposed to be spooky," Jax said, grinning. But no one had installed flickering bulbs, and none of them had closed the door. As they moved deeper into the house, the old floorboards beneath them moaned like something was alive underneath. Tori flinched at a sudden crash upstairs, something like chains being dragged across wood. "Jax, was that you?" Jax looked genuinely confused. "That wasn't me." They froze. Then a voice whispered through the hall, low and wrong, as if it was being dragged through water. "Get out! Get out!" Everyone spun. No one was there. Liam swore under his breath. "Man, how did you do that? That voice was sick." Jax didn't answer. He didn't know. They tried to laugh it off, pushing forward to the living room. A cold wind howled through, even though every window was boarded shut. Tori pointed to the far corner where a chair slowly turned on its own, creaking. Jax pulled out his phone. Still no signal. Then Kay screamed. Her reflection, just hers, was in a dusty wall mirror, yelling at her. "What the hell is this? What the hell is this?" she shouted, backing away. "Where am I?" Jax dropped his phone. The screen cracked, freezing mid-record. Suddenly, the chandelier above from them flickered violently and then crashed to the floor. No wires, no strings, no trap. Glass and metal exploded across the floor. They ran. Upstairs, the hallway stretched longer than before. The layout had changed. Doors multiplied, and each one was slightly open, revealing nothing inside, just pitch black and a sound of breathing. And then finally they saw him. Not Vinny, not even human. A tall figure stood at the end of the hallway. His arms hung too low, his mouth open too wide, as if he'd been screaming for centuries. He didn't move, but the walls did, pulsing and groaning like lungs. The hallway went black. They tried to find the stairs but couldn't. They tried to find each other but couldn't. Screams echoed one by one. They were pulled back into the rooms. Tori hands clawed at the door as she was dragged away, her mouth stretched in a silent scream. Jax tried to grab her but missed her by inches. Then he was alone. Back in the foyer, but it wasn't really the foyer anymore. The walls bled, the portraits wept ash, the doors were gone. And then a voice whispered in his ears. Now who's the joke, Jax? Now who's the joke? He spun around and saw himself, but not really. His double grin wide with no eyes, just burning sockets. On in his hands, recording, always recording. The video went up on Jack's channel the next day. It hit 11 million views in an hour. Everyone thought it was brilliant, a masterpiece of horror. But no one ever heard from Jack or his friends again, and the comments never stopped. This feels too real. Who's the guy with no face at 12:41? Why is it still recording? Even now, the video keeps updating on its own. New screams, new faces, as if the house is still filming and is always looking for its next upload.